Hello, everybody. So, what we're doing right now is I had somebody ask me, what if, okay, when I made this card, I took this one and colored it in, and then I put the die cut of this over it. And somebody said, well, what if you colored it and then paper pieced those pieces into it? So, what we're going to do this time is, I always tell y'all, if there's something you want me to try, tell me and I'll try it. So that's what we're going to do right now. I'm going to color another one. And then we are going to try paper piecing it. And so I'm just going to color it in. Some quick color. Oh, it's wiggling the phone camera, the camera. And I'm just going to kind of stick with the same colors so we can compare apples to apples. Right? So I'm going to just do, and it's easier this time because I can see the colors in the, on the mask. Uh-oh. I think that just moved. It did. It moved. I didn't want it moving. I don't want it to move. Get rid of that white. Okay. And then the light, oops, wrong end. That's not going to work. So now the light green. You know, I was going to go over it with I was going to do the one that goes on top of it with the blue, but if I do that, then I'm not doing oranges to oranges or apples to apples, right? Then I'm changing it up. So I'm going to have to use this other side of this white sheet here to make the little piece. That's all done. That's done. That's not. So when I think I have them all, I'll find one I didn't do. Okay. And with the Nuvo pens, it's always the ones with this gray little piece on here. See, the other one doesn't have that gray. This one has the gray. That's how you know that's the smaller end. So just in case you're wondering, probably could care less, but or you figured it out, but just you never know. Somebody might not know out there. Now, paper piecing. One thing about paper piecing, and I do love paper piecing and I love the look of it, but it does take a minute. It's a little time consuming. So, just be aware. And I'll show you a little something that I know that I tried actually on my channel, and it worked. And it was I think somebody had told me, hey, have you seen this technique and have you tried this? And I did, and it worked, and I loved it. And I only did it the one time, so we're going to try it again. And the paper I'm using is the Crafter's Companion card, which I think they're going back to giving it another name again. I think they're going back to the multi-purpose or something like that. I don't know. I don't understand why they keep changing the name of the card. You know, like I said, at first it was stamping card, and it was good, you know, it is good for a lot of different things. So that's why I was like, okay, it made sense when they changed it to multi-purpose. But then they just changed it to card. And I'm thinking, maybe people don't realize when you just call it card, people may not be aware of the fact that it's good for a lot of stuff. It's got a good high GSM. It never made sense to just call it card. Okay, I think I got it all. Anybody see any empty spots? I wish you could tell me if you did. I don't see any spots that I missed. See, I was going to do the blue overlay. But if we want to compare, then we need to do it right. So, what I'm talking about now is, there it is. It's all, see? We got to line the die up with this now to cut it out. And that's going to be probably the hardest part. The other thing is to use fabric softener sheets. And there are 3 here layered into them itself. And here's my platform. Let me cut this out. Now that might be, there we go. Okay. So, lining it up. Okay, I smell fabric softener sheet strong. Okay, so this looks good. I just don't want it to move, because it needs to be lined up well for this. So here we go. We're just going to put it on the fabric softener sheets. And now we can cut it. Okay. It should stay now. And hopefully it's all cut out. Let's see. Yes. See. Oh, I had a couple that didn't stay. But for the most part, they stayed. Oh, this one was stuck with tape, and that one was stuck with tape. So that's why they came up. But as you can see, the pieces are still in here. So, and they're cut. So that should, that'll go in there. I just can't get it to stay in there. All right. So now I need to cut this out with the frame. Out of white. What did I do with the rest of that white paper? Oh, here we go. So, stick this. Let me take this off. I'm just gonna first make sure I cut a piece big enough to cut it out of. Oh, that wasn't straight, was it? All right. Now I gotta try to get it pretty even. Uh-oh. I see some color pieces in there. They had stuck, so they didn't stick there. I think the smell of the fabric softener's throwing me. I feel like, are there any more that I missed? Is that a little piece that I missed? Could be. All right. So that smell from that fabric softener is pretty strong. Make sure you like your scent of your fabric softener sheets, and I do. So it's just strong. I hope that's right. You can't even see what I'm doing. Shoot, I'm sorry. So this has to be pretty even. Shoot. And I don't know any secrets to lining that up. I wish I did, because see now, it's not so lined up. Let's hope that's good. It's not. It is not. We're just going to go ahead and do this because we really want to see how it looks when we paper piece it after being colored and everything. What's going to happen when we paper piece it back on. So here's the piece, and so yeah, anytime you all want to see me try something, let me know, and I'll do my best to try to do it. And actually it helps because sometimes I come in here and it's like, I don't know what I want to do, but I want to do a video for you. So, I mean, sometimes I have so many ideas I can't figure out what to do first, and then sometimes, you know, it just varies. So now, let me think. Just about got them all out. I think that's it. Some of them don't want to leave, but they're going to anyways. So what I would do normally is grab some of this blue and just put it straight on that blue. That's not it. I was hoping I had some of that left, but I don't see it anywhere. So I'm gonna have to get I don't want to lose this die. I really like this die, so I don't want to lose it. And if all you were going to do is just paper piece it, then you would do different colors and, you know, you would do the purple and the green and whatever, you know, but since we colored it in, we don't have to run all the different colors and stuff, but I'm not seeing that blue anywhere. Let's see. I was hoping I stuck it back in the shelf, but I'm not seeing that either. That's the same color, looks like. Does it look like the same color? Looks like the same color to me, so I'm just gonna glue this down on here, and I'm gonna go ahead and just glue it straight to the paper, and I'm not trimming the paper down yet until I'm done. Then I will. That way I can trim it to the size of the card afterwards. And I don't know that I'm going to do the whole paper piecing on the video because it takes a long time. You have to be patient when you are paper piecing. I want to get all my pieces out because if they're left there, they're going to be bulky. They'll hold it up a little bit, if that makes sense. Okay, so I'm going to put this down here and put it down. I normally don't worry too much about getting all the inside pieces in right or glued straight down because as you add glue to get the pieces in, then that's going to hold it more because the glue, if that makes any sense, whatever. See, this glue will get into some of those pieces. So I'm just going to come pick up the piece I want. It feels too high. Like I might have some of the I don't know. I don't think so. All right. Now that I've messed that piece up, there we go. I want to get this flower done. For sure, we got to finish one flower anyways. Right? So this piece came right out. And then this piece. You could see my die was a little bit off right there. Something about this fabric softener smells like candy. mm. This is almost too easy. I mean, it feels like it almost feels like I'm cheating somehow. It's so easy. You may not think so. You might be like, well, it looks like you're having struggling to get the pieces out. They're in there pretty good, but getting the pieces where they're staying is awesome. And to me, I'll move in pretty quick here. Let's put the glue down. Come and grab the pieces. Some glues, you won't put that much down because they dry so fast. But this glue gives you some time. Now another person said to put Nuvo drops and make them ahead of time on wax paper. And I have tried doing that on acetate. And I actually saw that on the Nuvo, the tonic. The lady said, oh, you can put them on acetate and make them ahead of time. And when I went to go take them off, they were all stuck to the acetate. I have not tried it on wax paper, making the dots. So I'll have to try that. And I do intend to do that. Try that also on the wax paper because I just think it would be nice. It's also a good way to know what colors you have. You can make yourself a little chart that way. I have so many. I love my Nuvo drops. I wonder if the smell from these fabric softeners are going to stay on the paper. If it is, then you have to be careful of people that are sensitive to scents. You know what I mean? Some people are kind of sensitive and they can't take it. Now these little tiny pieces, that's a little bit tougher with the glue. Oh, excuse me, I'm gonna sneeze, I think. Oh, that's not right. Oh, there we go. My best recommendation probably is do some of the little pieces in with the bigger pieces, and then you don't want to be stuck at the last doing all the little tiny pieces, because then it just gets too tedious. So try to keep it kind of an even score so that you're doing some little with the big. And that way, it doesn't get like to feeling so overwhelming and tedious with the little tiny pieces. Like this one's kind of made for paper piecing because there's not a lot of little tiny pieces. But there are some, so, just do them together. Uh-oh. What is this? Oh, this is a different leaf. Where did it come from? This one is here. No. Wait. What did I do? That's not gonna fit in there. What happened to the rest of the stem? It's still in here. I broke it. Well, that's unusual. That is not normal. I'll have to come back and get that later because it's really stuck in there. Now I could also try and let me show you. Some people are going to want to do this. They're going to want to pull this up and then have the other pieces stay behind. And see, it works for some of them, but it's not going to hold all of them. And if that, I'm just afraid I'll lose pieces. That's my thing. I'm afraid if I do that, the pieces that are loose kind of are going to come flying. Now see what I'm doing? I'm grabbing all the big pieces. So when it comes to the little pieces, and that'll be all I have, and it's going to be like, oh. So try to just keep it even. Do both. So you don't get overwhelmed with the little pieces. See how those ones lifted? That's nice for them little pieces. this piece come from? I don't know. Let's stick it over here in case I need that. And this little piece. I know I'm going to need that in here somewhere. Okay. This piece right there. Got it. I got to get that part though. I don't know why that piece doesn't want to come out. See, but I'm afraid to lose those other pieces, so I'll wait. I'll keep waiting. They're really embedded in this. You can see. So maybe I didn't need 3. Maybe I only needed 2. And some people will see these little tiny pieces and be like, I'm not doing that. But if you have a good way, I guess the hold and release sheets work really well. I thought I tried them, but now that I'm not sure. We had a really good time camping. The weather turned out perfect for us. The first day, I was a little nervous because it was pretty windy. And that night, man, listening to that wind roar through, oh. But woke up the next morning and it was good. All good. So, and then that piece is this piece, I believe. No. Nope, that piece is already on there. I don't know what I'm thinking. Okay. This. little tiny piece is right here. Still not real sure about that piece. I think this piece is this piece. So this, I'm thinking, is this one. Yep, that's it. And then this one, and this one. All right. And here. There we go. Now, I'm going to get some of the bigger pieces done. There's a piece that looks like I missed, but it could be real light green. I don't know. I don't think so. It looks like I missed it. But it's got to go in. Either that or color it and then put it in. Okay. Don't have to be this hard to get up. And if you think this is bad working with this, believe me, it's really not. Because a lot of times when you're doing paper piecing and there's little pieces like this, you'll end up losing those pieces. And this is definitely worth it, knowing where they go. Okay. One thing about me when I'm crafting is I get determined and it's gonna work. It's gonna work. I'm gonna make it work. Even if it doesn't want to, I'm making it work. Let me have a drink here. So, that piece is missing. That's not it. That could be it. Only one way to find out. I'll try to put it in there. No. I think if this is so pokey, I think it's making it worse. Because I'm catching the softener sheet when I go to pick up the peas. So that little piece was just there, I thought, too. A lot of times with these pieces, you find them later. You know? That one needs to be moved better in. There we go. All right. why these skinny long pieces are having so much trouble. It's like they didn't cut or something. All right. That's not what I want. All right. These pieces. Whatever I did when I pulled that one, I took the backing part of that one too. Or something that's thinner. So I messed it up. All right. So what happened to... That's hooked on this one. That piece that belongs there. Boy, I messed that all up. The question is, can I get it back together without it being noticeable? Uh-oh. Kind of. All right, so the bottom of this one, I guess it's the same as that last one. It was kind of stuck. So let's see if I can get it out of there. Just kind of trimming away here a little bit. Hopefully it's cut enough that you can tell. Is it noticeable? To me, it's not. But that can be deceiving. Okay, let's do some big pieces now. Have you had enough? The neighbor's gardener is here, so let's see how much longer we can go before it gets too bad. And what? move it up so you can see it. Make sure you can see what I'm doing. Staying with it. I hope that's not another one that didn't cut right there. We go. Good. All right. Leaves. But you see, even though I tried to do small ones with the large ones, I still ended up with a bunch of small ones. So I don't know. Not as tiny as those, though. They don't necessarily want to come off of this here. With that. That's why I said that tool kind of no, I think I had it right the first time. Now I gotta turn it around. There we go. Maybe one of the worst things right now would be to find out that you forgot to put glue. If you don't know for sure, add glue. Mm. Okay. Come on, piece. Quit clinging to my finger. Get on in there. Okay. This one's gonna be. Okay, so there is a piece of the fabric softener was holding it back. Fabric softener sheet. I didn't get rid of the folds. I left the folds, which was probably something I shouldn't have done. I probably should have left it smooth. Or refolded them so that, you know, the folds weren't there. Come on. There you go. Okay. Let me glue these before I get the pieces out. I guess I'm going to keep going, and you're either going to turn it off or keep watching. It's up to you. I'm almost done now. And I don't see why we couldn't still use these. I got fabric or softener sheets that I hadn't used yet. I don't see why I couldn't still use them. If anybody knows why, please leave a comment, but I don't see any reason why we couldn't still use them. Glad. Pretty good. Now when I'm done with all of these, like I see a little tiny piece of green right here. A light green. I bet you that's that. I'm going to go ahead and stick it in there. But when I'm done, in case you don't watch the whole thing, or my video ends or something, these pieces that I didn't find, I will look through here. I will pull this off carefully, check the dryer sheet, check the backs of the paper, and then look around. And you just never know. there's another piece missing, the V. But you know it's got to be here somewhere. That piece is right there. There's that V. Look, it's up underneath here. Right, let me grab some glue right there. That little speck, but where's this piece in here still? See? And you have to watch because some of these pieces don't look like they're going to fit. They'll look wrong and you put them in and it's a perfect fit. So are all these bottom pieces here? Yeah. So this piece, and you can see there it is. Stuck in. I might have too many layers of the dryer sheet, but I wasn't sure. It'd been a long time, and I thought, well, I was thinking it was 4, and I thought, man, that sounds like a lot. And so I kind of compromised and did 3. And I'm glad I didn't do 4, that's for sure. So, pieces missing is this one and this one, right? So I'm going to bring this over here. And I'll look down around here and make sure. But this one is just so tiny. And, there's something right there. And I bet that's this one. There's the color I'm looking for. Look at that. Perfect fit. That's where you have to be very careful because you just don't know with these little pieces. See, this was a thinner piece that I'm looking in. If I had just moved that, I would have had the whole thickness. But I wasn't patient. So I'm not finding the little tiny one here. Yeah. The little teeny tiny. And that's such a small piece. So what I'm gonna do is take this and I'm gonna cut it. Put it on the other side. I don't know, maybe you won't be able to use these. Maybe they won't. Yeah, they'll come apart. Okay, so now my die. And I'm gonna look where that little tiny piece is right there. And I'm just gonna run that through. And get me one of them pieces. I don't know if you use it a second time, if it makes a difference, the dryer sheets. I don't know. Okay, glue. And now I just want to get that little tiny piece. And there we go. And the thing about this glue is I got a little bit of time, so some of them I can even still move back. All right. So we have this one, or we have this one. Now. Paper pieced is what it is, right? So you don't want to come in with another one over on top of it, because then you might as well just do the colored in like that. So we paper pieced it for a reason. So let me get my paper trimmer. And this was cut at about 4 1/8 to about about 5 3/8. 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Ooh, paper trimmer, where did you go? 4 1/8. I don't want to bring my big one on, but if that's what I need to do, that's what I need to do. It's not even straight either, so we need to make it straight. So that means we need to cut the paper crooked. Okay. So I want it 4 and an 1/8. Let me do it a little bit bigger because I think I got this border a little bit bigger. Okay. Bye. Let me trim some here. Okay. By 5 3/8. I'm at there. Nope. Oh. I think that's smaller than that one. Yeah, I did. I made it way smaller. So what do you think? Which one do you like better? Which one looks better? I don't know what I prefer myself. I think they both look good. I did a little bit of a messy job paper piecing, I think, but I don't know. This has a more stenciled look to it than this one. But I just don't know. Your decision. But now y'all know what it looks like if we paper piece it after we color it and what it entails to do that. If you're new, you might never heard of paper piecing. You have no idea what paper piecing is. Now you do. If you wanted to just paper piece with paper and you don't want to color, then you would cut it in green. And then you have to come back and cut it in the light green. And then you're going to come back and cut the purple. And you're going to come back and cut the dark purple. And then you use those pieces and put them back in here. And that's how you just paper piece with paper, colored paper. But since this is coloring, I didn't have to do all those steps, right? So definitely an easier way to paper piece. All right, everybody. If you like my videos, I should have a haul today at some point. If I do, I'll get on with my haul as soon as possible. The other thing, if you didn't see my video of the HSN Today Special for March, the sentiment thing from Crafters Companion, I kind of liked it more than I thought I would. It made, just show you this. To me, you're the best mom. And it was the to me and mom. The you're the best comes together. Here I was just kind of messing because of the stamps, but you can see when I got to this point, they were good. To me, you're the best neighbor. See how best neighbor turned out better? I've rubbed on that stamp a little bit, just rubbed it with my fingers. Thank you. You're the best neighbor. You're the best neighbor ever. You're the best pop ever. So I was like, yeah, and it was easy, and yeah. Yep, it's, let's just see, what we think about the fonts together. Maybe that matters. Here. I don't know that this is something like I would put on the front of a card. It's kind of big. Maybe inside the card. To me, you're the best mom. And I could have put ever. Right? I wasn't thinking about cutting them out when I did it, so I just stamped them right next to each other. I was just checking it out. Thank you, you're the best neighbor. You're the best neighbor ever. You're the best pop ever. I mean, there really is a lot of options in it. So I was impressed. We'll see how much I use it before I decide whether I'm going to keep the auto ships. But at this point, I'm going to say yes, probably I am. What else? I think that's about it. That covers everything. I hope everybody had a great weekend. Have a blessed rest of your day. If you like my video, please hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you join me again. Bye-bye now.